Wannabeez.
The parking wars continue. New Jersey parking wars.
Jesus,
Fucking A.
they're tough.
Last we heard, our heroes.
I've been unemployed for a hot second there.
Justin, I've been waiting for you.
It's like, I'm just gonna be over here putting lipstick on.
Maybe there is something to this idea.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wannabeez, 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 wannabeez,
Wannabeez.
wannabeez.
I just thought that was so fucking cool. That I was listening to that song, "Call on Me." You know that fucking I can't remember, Peter Roy or something like that. I can't remember the name of the guy, but it was listening to that song, and I was like, that would, if you just replace "Call on Me" with "Wannabeez," it would go perfect, and just take out that music, use the beat and everything, but just take that "Call on Me" part and just replace it with us singing "Wannabeez, wannabeez." I thought it would just be perfect. Like, in my head, it was like the greatest fucking intro ever made for anything ever. And I was listening to it over and over and over again. I don't know why it just went so good.
I remember you sent this fucking voice message to the our group chat at like what, 6 a.m?
Yeah, because I was driving to work. That's when I started this whole like going down the rabbit hole of trying to find music.
Right.
And for some reason,
this is at 6:11 in the morning. I hadn't even woken up yet. This is what I get.
Wannabeez, 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 wannabeez.
Wait, and then there's more. Hang on, there's lyrics.
Wannabeez, 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 and we're all just wannabes.
it was like the best thing ever. Like when I was singing that, I thought it was the best thing. I was laughing as I was doing it. For some reason, I was like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest idea ever." I don't know.
Wannabeez, 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 wannabeez.
Oh, he's doing the high notes in the background.
6:11 in the fucking morning.
So when I was going to work, and I was like, "Yeah, this is the greatest thing ever," and I have to put it down because if I don't, then I'll forget about it, and then then it's lost to history.
The man's firing on all cylinders at 6:11 in the morning. Hello and welcome to this week's episode of The Wannabeez. I'm your host, John Van Hook. Joining me, Justin Kyle.
Yo!
And Nick Gula.
Let's go! What's going on? What happened in our lives this week?
Well, boys, I have an update on Sharon from the municipal court.
I've been waiting for this forever.
This is part 2 of what we're calling, behind the curtain, we're calling it Parking Wars. I can't remember who came up with that one. That was clever.
That was Justin.
Like that.
Justin thought of that one.
Last we heard, our heroes were waiting for a call from Danielle.
Did not have his ticket.
No, I did not have my ticket number. I was absolutely lambasted by none other than we're gonna find out what she is in part 2. But as I've known her, she's just the troll on the bridge in between me and Danielle, who also works at the municipal courthouse. So my calls with her didn't go well last time. We heard that. I call back again in hopes that this next Monday, maybe Danielle is back in office, and I'm not even we're gonna Not even going to beat around the bush. Lo and behold, I call. I'm very prepared this time. And of course it's Sharon. Goes right to Sharon. And she is hitting me with the same level of tenacity and rude kind of fucking, just...
Cuntiness.
Yeah, but she's surprisingly not ready for me to be immediately like, I was on her toes. Every time she was finishing a sentence, I was starting my next sentence. Absolutely on her tail. And I said, I would like to speak to Danielle. And she's said, well, Danielle's not going to be here for the rest of the week. What can I do for you? And I said, well, Danielle's the one who I spoke with personally, so I would really like to be talking to Danielle. The same fucking cat and mouse game we've been playing for the last 2 weeks. She hits me with this. She goes, well, sir, I'm the courthouse administrator, so I can help you with whatever the problem is.
She's pulling out I'm the top dog in the courthouse type deal.
Yeah. Like, I'm stupid to be asking anybody else. Like, Danielle's a
peon.
Plebeian.
She's a peon guy compared to the Queen Sharon.
Yeah, jackass, you realize Danielle just answers the phones, right?
Right.
She's a human answering machine. So, I was telling Nick a little bit of this story already, and he made a good point of what I should have said when she said, I'm the courthouse administrator. I should have clapped back with who the fuck made that decision? Because obviously Danielle is way, way, way more suited for this kind of people skills and responsibility that you need for this position.
Danielle needs to be in that position at that point. I think they need to remove Sharon as court administrator and put Danielle, because she is by far not jaded as well. Let's not be too harsh on Sharon. Sharon's been there for a very long time. Sharon is about to burn the place down, as we
Fuck
heard.
Sharon.
We burning the place down the last time. John was
Sharon.
the reason because of the thing.
I got no sympathy for Sharon. So long story short, she tells me, I'm not getting to Danielle this week. I have to call back next week. And I said, good, I'll call back next week. And that's it. That's the end. I know it's not that juicy. It's not nearly as juicy as last week. But what I'm telling you is the frustration continues. We are in stagnant water as this problem stands. It has not gone anywhere. But what I have done is I've copied the tickets. I have mailed in the actual tickets and retained the copies. Just because my boss brought up a funny point, she's like, they're asking you to mail in the tickets, but what if, the way Sharon's acting, what if when they get the tickets in the mail, they don't just put them in the shredder and be like, oh my God, that idiot actually sent us the only evidence he had. He actually did it.
What a dumbass.
Now he's got to pay the ticket. Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point.
What if Sharon never gives your copies of your tickets to the judge, and the judge just goes, well, he didn't show up.
I'm glad you brought this up. I'm glad you brought this up.
What?
I put a note.
Guess what? Guilty fraud.
I put a note in the envelope with the tickets that explicitly described my phone calls with Sharon, attempting to get a hold of Danielle, and also what Danielle's original message said, requesting what she needs for the judge to see. So whoever opens this envelope, God forbid it's Sharon. Is the courthouse administrator really the lowest level lady? She's sitting there opening mail. I thought you were important, lady. What are you doing just sitting here opening mail?
Oh,
That's
no,
the
she's
bottom
got
of the
you.
peg
She's
stuff.
got you right now. She said she knows your name. She's going to see it on the
She
envelope.
does not know my name. No. No, and no phone. She asked it many times, and that's another thing that put my nerves very much
She wanted to know who I was.
Because, yeah, she kept being like, "Who is this? Who is this?" And I kept being like, I also didn't tell her the situation, so she at no point should have any reference who I am. So these could be two completely different cases as far as Sharon's concerned. I remain anonymous.
You're lucky.
For now.
You are lucky. Because Sharon...
I am lucky.
Sharon gets a hold of those tickets. She's definitely throwing those in the garbage. Just because You're rude.
I hung up on her.
You hung up on her and you bumbled your words. You didn't have your ticket.
And in my last phone call, I demeaned her position by she clearly presented that she was worthy of taking care of my problem, and I scoffed at that. I said, "No, Danielle's way better."
Danielle's like she's like the assistant. She gets coffees and stuff.
I'm honestly terrified to find out what Danielle's position is at this point. I've put her on such a pedestal.
The parking wars continue. New Jersey parking wars.
Jesus,
Fucking
dude.
A.
They're tough. They're tough.
Tonight on A&E.
I did get 2 tickets from the toll people from thing because I didn't have enough money on my Easy Pass. So they sent me a ticket of $50 and I think $28.
We got tickets too. We got some Easy Pass stuff in the mail as well from New Jersey. New Jersey is fucking. They just like to butt fuck you until you're raw just for driving through. Like
I avoided all the Jersey ones somehow, but I acquired one in New York.
Yeah.
And it was only like $7, but I was like, motherfucker. I was so meticulous.
no, it seemed like like one toll was like fucking $25. You know, another one was $12, $7. That shit adds up.
It's even worse to get shook down on the road and then get a letter in the mail to be like, hey, asshole, this wasn't enough.
Driving to that flea market, I think I got the most tickets out of that. That was a long ass drive, and that must have cost at least $30.
Yeah, we missed all those turns and have to go through
back
the toll
and go
like 4 times.
Go through it again.
Just another toll, another toll, another toll.
Hey, by the way, you gotta know. Hey, jackass! If you keep doing this, you're gonna get more fucking tolls, jackass.
Fellas, I have a bit I want to pitch to you guys. It's a reference to anybody listening to this pod. If you have not listened to the Four Color Semen Tribute Pod, episode 0, go back and listen to that. And if you haven't, specifically on YouTube, which is pretty much where the recording exists exclusively, Nick Gula makes a joke in which nobody will be able to understand if they listen in chronological order. Because it's a joke that we've made previously on the podcast in episode 1 that he's making in episode 0. So I made a joke referring to him as Nick Gula, time comedian, because he's making jokes about shit that hasn't even fucking happened yet. I was thinking about that when re-listening to the clip and resonating. And I think I stumbled upon something, and I want to know what you guys think. All right, and I need you to hear me out. Okay, it's got some rocks, it's got some bumps, and but I think there's something to it.
Here we go. Well,
buckle up.
John, you were the person that came up with the name of the show, the Wannabeez.
Yeah,
I was kind of leery at that point, anyway. So let's fucking go. Let's go.
Okay.
Maybe
cool.
you got fucking.
So
maybe you got fucking dreams. I don't know. Maybe you're making the fucking gold here.
I have a dream. Like that guy.
What's his name? Marty?
Yeah. No. The white guy. Not McFly. King. Mr. King.
Oh yeah, Steven.
So the bit is called Nick Gula, time comedian. He wants to become a comedian, right? He's kind of swearing off his current career in local politics and world betterment, and he wants to just be a jester, a funny man. Also stumbles upon a time machine.
Is it a time machine from Time Machine?
Yeah, if it's whatever one you want, I guess. I was kind of thinking of like a watch. I like the idea of like a watch time machine. You know, kind of like, you ever heard of like Ben 10?
Yeah.
That old cartoon, with like the kid finds a watch, turns into aliens. I like that idea, but like a time machine. So Nick Gula's got a time machine stuck to him, microphones and and rubber chickens and stuff.
He's a prop comedian.
Okay, so the bit is this: he gets a camcorder and he takes it with him in the time machine. He goes back in time, forward in time to different events, right? And so the whole basis of this idea is. Justin, you're 27, I'm 26. Gula's in his 40s, right?
I'm in 44.
He's 44, so he is just under half of our age, whatever that means. You get what I'm saying. He's double our age, almost double.
He's an old ass fucker. I get it.
I'm old ass crust. I'm like Sharon at this point.
Yeah, no.
I'm just crackly and old, and I'm just like Sharon.
The idea is that you've had twice as the life experience that both Justin and I have had, and you've also lived through many, many more historical events than Justin and I can significantly recall. The smile on Nick's face, I think he knows where I'm going with this a little bit. But so say like 9/11. Justin probably doesn't remember 9/11 as clearly.
I have a vivid
You remember it maybe, but not through the scope of it as an adult
That's true.
like Gula would. Gula, how old were you when 9/11 happened?
So I was 21.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 21 when that happened. 2001. 21.
It was your star terrorism attack.
I was
I don't know why that was so funny.
a job in East Cuddy, bumfuck. Like we didn't know fucking tits all. We didn't have radios on or anything like that. We were just doing a job.
Can I pause you real quick here, Gula?
Yeah.
Because we're kind of digging into. So the whole point of Nick Gula, Time Comedian, is that so Gula experienced this as a 21-year-old. Now Nick Gula's going back as a 44-year-old with the time machine, and he's kind of looking at it through a funny lens. So he wants to try to make comedian-like jokes about it.
So I'm going to make jokes about 9/11? So I'm going to make jokes about 9/11?
So he's going to go back in time.
It's not just 9/11, though. It could be like other historical events.
Does it have to be within his own timeline?
So, for the sake of my bit, yes, it would be within his own timeline, but I would like to hear like other takes, like Gula's take on
Pearl Harbor,
storming the beach of Normandy, or Pearl Harbor, stuff like that. Just him on the scene with a microphone and like a spotlight on him, and like, who's all these dead bodies, huh?
Jesus,
storming the beach.
What are you gonna say about this? What are you gonna say about the Germans taking over?
No, you're not interviewing people. You're just making jokes about the situation as it's happening from the POV of a time traveler. So it means nothing to you, right? So like even with a time machine, I doubt you could have stopped the events of D-Day happening.
I'm just observing and like through my eyes and making jokes about what I'm seeing.
Yeah, because then you're going to come back to the current time with the footage where it's not offensive anymore.
So 9/11 is not so the storm in the beach of Normandy wouldn't be offensive right now if I had a time machine and I went back. And then,
what the fuck?
Then I made jokes about it, guy.
Is he like making like videos? Like, so he's going back in time, making essentially like TikToks of him like cracking jokes at like the towers behind him and shit.
Yeah. The dude's free falling out of the tower. He's like, forget you shoot guy. He's like making horrible jokes right there.
Oh, he wants to get me canceled. So that's what he wants. That's what he wants to do.
It's essentially America's Funniest Home Videos, but with some
historical
of the
events.
Most gruesome historical footage you've ever seen. And it's better than like because you're going back with like your own phone, so you got like an iPhone.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get that in like almost 4K.
All right, Nick. This is up to you. Are you gonna accept this offer?
It doesn't seem like something that we should be doing.
But he was right about the Wannabeez thing.
He was right about the Wannabeez thing, but I think he's wrong about this one. this thing. I think we got to think about this more. If we want to make this a bit, we would have to think about this more. I don't think the concept of me making jokes at 9/11, like
he could go back to like Auschwitz and be like, stand in front of the big giant like human ovens and be like, maybe Hitler would have been more successful with a bake sale.
Yeah, no.
But I'm tisk.
No.
No? Okay.
No.
All right. Back to the drawing board, I guess.
So you better go back to the writing room's floor because that was horrible at that point.
Time comedian lives.
So I'm in front of 9/11. It's going on right now. I've got my phone out.
He's
I'm
making
recording
TikToks.
selfie style, and I'm going to say, "What was the last pizza order that Twin Towers? 2 planes. Boom, boom."
And the second plane right after the second plane immediately after the punchline.
They had 1 plane, and now 2 planes.
This is awful. Okay, how about this? Let's flip the script a little bit. How about you zap in and you're going in with the team on Zero Dark 30 and you're making jokes about like the way Osama bin Laden's body hits the ground and stuff. You're like, oh, ragdoll much, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a tough concept.
See, that's a lot more lighthearted, don't you think? Do you think the media would accept something like that a little bit better?
Yeah, I think they're gonna go blah blah blah. I don't think it'd get past the smell test at this point. No way.
Well, you can't blame me for trying.
It was a good try. We'll keep trying. We could still use Nick Gula, time comedian, in just some other fashion at some point.
Right.
Oh, I plan to.
Ooh, what if he goes back to his birth and he's like making jokes about his own birth? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like roasting his own mom's vagina. He's like, hey, crowning much?
Taking too long. You're taking 3 days. You're taking too long, you fuck. Get out here.
Do you know your own birth story?
Yeah, I took fucking days. Apparently, took so long. I took days to come out because I didn't want to get out. I didn't want to come out. I was like, nah, it's too nice in here, guy. Got this home over here. I mean, it's too nice.
Could you imagine the doctor's reaction? And there's just old Nick taking a selfie video of him just roasting his mom as he's being born. Jesus Christ.
He's like, no wonder I got such a long beard, guy. Look at that hair. Nick, I'd like to formally apologize to your mother.
Sorry, Debbie. For all the things
I'm so sorry, Debbie.
So sorry, Debbie.
She's such a sweet woman.
I met your lovely mother on the cruise.
And now we're doing this. Now we're doing this to you, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. We're berating your vagina as I come out of the vagina. And I am sorry. I'm sorry about all of that.
Maybe there is something to this idea.
Maybe we got to source this out a little bit more, guy.
I have a life update.
That's good. I love your life. Let's hear it.
You guys know that I've been unemployed for a hot second now. I spent the last 4 years working in the cannabis industry, and I have big news. Big news, you guys. Tomorrow's Monday. I start a brand new job.
Ooh.
I know.
What a new part of your life? What's going on?
Just overnight clerk at a fucking convenience store down the street. I'm going to be living that Dante fucking that life.
I'm not even supposed to be here.
Yeah, I'm not really looking forward to it. But I'm hoping to get some good content. Overnights at a fucking convenience store are crazy.
The best. The best.
You get the weirdest fucking people.
Man.
Yeah, but you said your town is dead, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which means he's got to be the buzz if it's the only place open.
If it's the man, that might be. You might get some crackheads.
Oh hell yeah, guy.
Mm-hmm.
Crackhead stories and shit, guy.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be.
So I figured this will be good for the show. Just like updates on the convenient life. And that's what we call it, the convenient life.
Yeah, because you can't get content just sitting in your house like that.
No.
We need our Justin in the real world, interacting, rubbing flesh.
No, I mean, like, I'm looking forward to it because I do enjoy like just chit chat with people and just bullshitting. It's gonna be like just part time, so I can still do all the creative stuff that I love doing. But man, I gotta tell you, I really do miss working in the cannabis industry. But my God, was it a fucking shit show sometimes.
Justin, can you regale us with a tale from the cutting room floor?
Yeah. I got tales from the trim room up the wazoo, guy.
Let's go. Let's hear one of these crazy stories you got.
My first job. This is my introduction to the cannabis industry. It was after COVID. It was after the pandemic. Well, it was like just at the tail end of the pandemic. I had just lost a job because I was a chef at a local college here. Well, not a chef, but I worked in the kitchen.
You got one of those mashed potato scoops, like the ice cream scoop.
Yeah,
like,
I'm a chef.
He's gonna wear the beard bib.
I did. I had to wear the beard bib for
The
fucking.
net.
I had to wear it. Yeah, oh yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
I know you kids like your sloppy joes slapping. Sloppy joes.
That was me. That was me.
They're like, Justin, you can't keep serving fluffernutters. Like
These kids are getting way too fat. Everybody's getting way too fat around here, guy. Putting out mustard on toast and everything, guy. What the fuck? There's only one guy that likes it.
Yeah, so I was just looking for a career change. I didn't know what to do. And honestly, after I got unemployed, it was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to go to the dispensary all the time and just fucking smoke my life away and get high. And that's what Harley and I did for a little bit. Was just we were constantly going to the dispensary and hanging out and just doing shit. And then it occurred to me, I'm like, oh, fuck, like, I could get a job at a dispensary. Like,
these guys are making money.
Right, like, that's obviously, like, a job, you know what I mean? Like, so I applied, immediately shut down for a store position. It come to find out later. So, like, I applied to be, like, a bud tender, which is just the person who, it's like the sales clerk, right? I was shut down for that because I wasn't a woman. And apparently the store that I was applying to only wanted like chicks in the store because his theory was that dudes like to buy off of chicks and chicks like to buy off of chicks. So it's better to just have the girls up front, the boys out back.
That doesn't happen in Massachusetts. That don't happen in Massachusetts. Well, it's whatever whatever the fucking boss wants to do is whatever the fucking boss wants to do, right? But
yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I have met my fair share of male bud tenders. You know what I mean? It was just like this one specific store owner was just that's how he operated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyway, so I applied to be a bud tender, was denied for that. But he's like, oh, well, we have a trimming position in our production facility open if you want to do something like that. And I'm just like, sure, whatever. Like, I've never trimmed before, but I'm willing to learn anything. Like, really trying to, like, talk myself up. Like, really, really trying to get my fucking foot in the door. Because I'm like, this... Even if I just start off as like a trimmer, I can work my way up. It's not forever. It's my foot in the door. So I'm like, okay, this is good. This is like a really professional like store setting. Like it was like really inviting and like professional and clean and everything. He emails me the address to his quote production facility, and I don't even know how to describe it. When he said production facility, I thought he meant like a factory or like some sort of like warehouse setting. It was literally like fucking abandoned like dance hall. The building should have been condemned. It was a fucking shit box. No toilet. So if you had to pee, you had to go outside into the woods. It was in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Naturally.
He's like, oh yeah, by the way, there's no toilet. So if you want to go pee, you got to go outside. But if you have to take a shit, my dad lives across the street in this fucking creepy ass trailer. Like creepy fucking trailer. He was just like, yeah, just go across the street. My dad's always home. Just tell him that you're going to, use the bathroom or whatever. And he'll let you in.
Didn't even introduce you to the dad?
Didn't even introduce me to the guy.
Walk in the thing. Hey, I'm going to use your shitter.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
You got spray in there, guy? What if you went in there after the old man guy? And it just
I never stepped foot in this fucking place. I never stepped foot. There was a female that worked there, and she would have to go across the street. And she told me that he didn't even have like a bathroom door. It was just like a curtain, and it ended like it didn't go down to the floor. It ended like knee high.
Right where he could see her fucking hoo-ha.
Yeah.
It was just the curtain right at the right level.
That's prime time there.
Why does he sit in that one chair? Because he fucking can see you, dumb bitch. He's probably sitting in the perfect chair right right to see where the fucking mirror was, guy. He had it right in the.
Oh yeah, dude, it was so fucked up. He had this dog with just fucking all day long, and every morning when I went to work, I had to go to his trailer. On his front porch was like the keys to like the fucking shitty abandoned building. So I had to grab the keys from the trailer, and every fucking morning I thought this dog was gonna fucking maul me. And he's just like, no, the dog's okay. The dog's okay. He's just excited. And I swear to God, dude, like the dog was like nipping at me. And it was a big dog. I'm like, I'm gonna get fucking mauled by this fucking thing.
Let's set this up for it. This is a reputable place, medical, marijuana.
So if you got like glaucoma, cancer, or any of those things, you were going to the store and buying their product and having no idea where it actually comes from. This is where it came from.
The shadiest fucking shit out of 80s movies of like grow facilities in the modern day.
My like trim station, he didn't even have a table for me, guy. I had to bring like a TV stand, like TV tray for myself to like sit at, and I had to bring my own fucking chair because he didn't have a chair. I had totes.
Does this job come with like a W-2 and shit?
Yeah, actually it did.
That's fucked
like
up.
I was paying taxes and everything.
There's no shitter. There's no fucking seat.
When was this, Justin?
This was like about 4 years ago.
Wow.
And I know for this cannabis store still operating to this day.
Whoa.
The grow rooms, dude, it was all like drywall and it was all black mold. It was all black mold. Everywhere you went, it was black mold, and like it would be like wall-to-wall fucking plants. There was like 3 grow rooms, and they were just nothing but mold. Nothing but mold and fucking mildew and shit.
That's comforting.
It was fucking gross. There was, dude, I remember I was there for quite a while because, I mean, he was paying me decent money, and it was like, okay, well, I didn't die the first week, so I might as well just keep going until I find something else. There was rat wars. We had a rat infestation. I had like a Dickies jumpsuit.
Is that anything like Parking Wars?
Yeah, dude, it was worse than Parking Wars. I had like a Dickies track, like a Ghostbusters suit, like a full Dickies suit, almost like what like Michael Myers would wear or something. And
jumpsuit.
I was sitting there trimming one day, and I had a fucking rat start to crawl up my pant leg while I was sitting there trimming. Dude, I fucking flipped, guy. Flipped.
Dude.
I had to duct tape my pant legs to my shoe.
How did you keep going to work? That's insane. You have such a tolerance.
Because I mean, it was decent money, and they basically just let me do what I want. You know what I mean? Like I listened to Tell 'em Steve Dave all day long. Just kind of did my own fucking thing. I did eventually. I moved around a lot. I didn't trim there forever. I ended up leaving there to work at. It was like an actual factory, and it was a little bit better-ish, but a lot of crazy fun stories there. But that's a whole other podcast. But one of the other weird spots that I trimmed at was just in some dude's basement.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
Yeah, it was so. Dude, I showed up at his house. I showed up at his house at 7:00 when we had discussed I was going to go there. Like, he didn't answer the door. I just sat there on the porch for like a half hour waiting for, like, just periodically knocking on the door.
Oh, there wasn't even like an exterior door.
Yeah. No, it was just like.
Oh my god.
So I was just sitting there like waiting for him to show up. You know what I mean? Wake and like he opens the door.
To the door and his balls were hanging out.
Yeah, he was
a robe guy. Just had a robe and his balls were hanging out.
Yeah,
guy.
His balls were hanging out.
Come in, Justin. I've been waiting for you.
You're not wrong. That's basically what happened. He opened the door and he was wearing a robe. He had nothing really on. I don't even know if he had underwear. He had nothing on. He just a robe, and he like.
Oh god!
I saw his toes, bro. And then,
his toes.
And then
you still go in like this isn't every episode of Unsolved Mysteries, guy. Do.
He's like, I'll pay you $20 an hour. Just trim what you can, and then let me know how much you've trimmed and whatever. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, cool. Thinking, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make a couple $100 today.
He's like, I'm just gonna be over here putting lipstick on.
So we go into his house, and we're talking to his kitchen for a bit, And I'm thinking, okay, cool. Like, I'm going to be sitting in the kitchen. That's fine. Like, whatever. It's pretty well lit. Like, I'll just sit here, put some headphones on, and just trim for a few hours, you know? Make a couple $100. And, because I've done it before. It hasn't been creepy. You know what I mean? He was just like, yeah, let me show you what to trim and what to do and where you're going to be at. And he leads me to the basement. And he says,
oh, boy.
He says, oh, by the way, the light down here doesn't work. So you're going to have to use your phone light. I'm like, okay.
What the fuck?
And it was just...
Don't mind the cameras on the wall.
And it was like, he also had like murals painted of like anime characters.
Like painted on the wall,
yeah.
like, of the basement?
Yeah, it would be like My Neighbor Toro or whatever. I don't know any of these fucking movies, but they're all like animated movies, Studio Ghibli stuff.
It's like the last thing a young girl saw before she died.
Right.
It was like Totoro on the wall, on the dusty, mossy wall.
Yeah, pretty much.
Law and Order SVU, fucking
Doo-doo.
Tom.
He led me to this room that had like a sliding barn door, and it had a padlock on the outside. And I'm not even kidding, guy. He grabs me like a tote of like weed to trim, and we go into this room, and there's like a table, there's a light, there's a TV, and like that's it. There was like a lamp. That was my light. And he's like, yeah, you can just watch TV. Like, my Netflix is hooked up. You can just watch whatever. There's a lamp, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And, like, I want to paint this picture for you. It was a decent-sized room with a fucking, like, table lamp.
Just a pull string, like...
Yeah, it was exactly. Here's your light. Get to it, kid. And then he stuck his finger in my butt. No, I'm just kidding.
Where's the gimp?
Yeah, right.
Well, wake him up.
Wake him up.
Fucking Justin's all of a sudden he's got a ball gag in his mouth. This wasn't part of the fucking plan. You didn't say nothing about this.
Yeah, when do we start trimming?
Oh.
And then he left and he shut the door. He just kind of slid it shut. And I immediately went over and just cracked it, and I took the padlock off. And every once in a while, like I just like sat down, started trimming. Once in a while, someone would come by and close the door again. So and I just have to keep getting up and opening the fucking thing.
What?
Because there was a girl, there was like his girlfriend or some chick that he didn't introduce me to. We didn't know each other, but we kept seeing each other down in the basement, and she was like doing she kept doing like laundry and shit, and she was just wearing like she was no pants, just wearing like a button-up shirt. That's it, just doing laundry. She was just like listening to music and shit. I assumed it was like his girlfriend or something. I don't know.
Can you imagine he comes in like, did you look at her? And you're like, no.
Would it be even it'd be even worse if he was like, did you look at her? And he said, no. And he was like, why not? She's
yeah.
Isn't she hot?
Yeah.
Isn't she hot? Don't
right
you think
there.
she's hot?
A couple weeks later, he had texted me, tried to get me to go back and trim for him, and I just never responded to him ever again.
Like, my girlfriend really liked it.
Oh, dude, it was so fucking weird. So that's, anyone listening in Maine. Oh, dude, I got other stories too. I got. Ooh,
Save him. So we'll.
I got one more
go
story
back.
that I want to get out.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't want you to on this first.
Oh no, okay,
I want this is
blow
one of
your
many.
load.
I got stories.
Like an ongoing story. We'll make this like an ongoing story.
I got
every
a
so
personal
often getting-
vendetta. Personal vendetta against the store.
All right, go.
Should I name drop the store?
Fuck it. Let's go, guy.
Why not?
Let's go. Why not, guy? We're gonna fucking do this. If you're gonna shit on, go piss on their grave, you might as well fucking do it, right? You're gonna go back there?
No.
You ever gonna go back?
No. They're big here in like this local area. They're huge, but they're fucking scumbags.
Fucking fuck it. Bring it out, guy. People that are scumbags deserve to be outed, guy. If they're gonna treat their fucking workers like fucking shit, guess what? You got it coming.
Yeah.
Fuck Amazon, fuck Apple, fuck everyone. You dirty fucking
Fuck
bad.
Apple.
Fuck all those bastards. Let's go.
It's a business that I worked for named Fish Meadow Cannabis. They're known primarily for like their pre-rolls and stuff. And I worked there for like 5 months. It was it wasn't all bad, but like I was definitely, obviously we've heard that I have like rose-colored glasses on when it comes to a lot of like weirdness, right? But this was like
definitely.
this was like definitely like it started out as like more of a professional setting. You know, they had a storefront. I was working in the storefront, just in like a back room, just like helping them out with their pre-rolls and tubing and like stickering the tubes and shit. The longer I worked there, the weirder and the shadier they got. People smoking crack and like doing crazy shit. These guys like catered to that community, that like, and if you wanted a crack pipe, if you wanted the fucking chore boys, they were the place to go in town.
Yeah, that always makes me uneasy when I walk into
They
a
were
head
the bodega of your town, I guess, huh? Because that's where you get your choy boys and all that fucking the glass pipes and shit was
Yep.
a little bodega with a little rose in it, guy, a little glass pipe with a rose in it. I don't know nothing about smoking crack. I'm just saying.
There was times where like the store owner would teach people how to smoke crack in the store. He would like walk them through the process and how to smoke crack.
No way.
He helped somebody make a crack pipe out of a bicycle pump one day.
That's insane.
There would be people like camped out in the parking lot.
You would think they would want to save their money for crack, not the crack pipe.
Well, see, like they would like
Yeah.
I guess I've never smoked it, but what they do is they smoke it and then they break the glass, scrape the resin to smoke the resin, but then they need a new glass. So people would like be camped out in front of the store all day long, coming in and out every couple hours, just buying new fucking glass and chore boys and fucking all kinds of shit. And he was like catering to them motherfuckers. And then he would be like, "Oh, we're here for the fucking community. We're here to better this fucking place." But then really just be like adding to all this. But he wanted to open up an arcade branded with the store so that he could like advertise their products and everything to like minors and stuff, and just a bunch of crazy shit.
The fuck?
They have like
Holy shit.
That's sadistic as hell.
they have like pre-roll labels that have cartoon characters on them. Like, so in the state of Maine, you're not allowed to have like cartoon characters, animals, food, or anything like that on your cannabis labels. They literally have like a like an Elmo's pre-roll.
What the fuck?
Dude, it's like, what do you like? They're obviously advertising to children at this point, and you know.
That's insane. Wow, I didn't know Maine was so like such a wasteland.
And they tout themselves as like, "Oh, we're the best. Our stuff is awesome. Everybody else sucks, and like we're here for the community."
Look, we have Sesame Street. Like, we're here for the community.
Yeah, we're here for your kids.
Yeah. Sunny days.
Sounds. You know what that sounds like? Somebody in that town that is high up in the political system. I'm talking like a selectman, a mayor. Somebody's getting a shit ton of money to keep quiet, guy. Somebody, the cops. Like, the police chief's getting, like, $100 bills sent to his house, guy, in a manila envelope.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me. Somebody's getting paid because that sounds illegal.
Oh, it's awful.
Off the chain, and it sounds like somebody's getting paid to keep their mouth shut. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. So, like, ironically, the most professional setting I've been in for, like, a cannabis industry, like, actually, like, working at a store, was actually the shadiest business I've ever worked for. I'd rather go back to the fucking basement, guy, than work for them people again. Like 100%. They were just straight up like two-faced scumbags, all of them. And like they were like looking for any angle to fuck anybody else over. They were just crazy. I
really wanted to think that the majority of the people in the cannabis industry would like understand the business that they're doing is almost like it's earned.
Yeah.
You know, that people had to fight for this thing to be a thing, and then they're just like
ruining it,
making such a mockery.
Yeah, they're making what'll eventually happen is that that'll have such a bad stigmatism towards it that it'll ruin reputable businesses that, you know, are trying to do the right thing. These assholes are going in there making it seem like all... Because, you know, when something gets labeled, like, they're not just going to go, oh well, you know, some of them are like that. No, they're gonna label that all of them are like that, and you know, people that are trying to make it a go out of it, right, and a real good thing, and not only that, that fucks up like getting the federal ban lifted, right? So like these horror shows stop people from wanting to bring this, you know, federally. So it kind of screws, you know, the next person or the next, you know, Iowa, where Iowa doesn't have any legalized marijuana, and John's sitting out in a fucking weed desert over here, and he has to drive to where, John? Where you gotta drive to?
I drive to a small town called Warsaw, Illinois, and it's almost an hour and a half away.
Poor John has to drive an hour and a half to get a fucking pre-roll.
I don't want to paint a picture saying that like every cannabis dispensary in Maine is like this. It was fun. I had so much fun working in the cannabis industry, like meeting so many fucking people, so many fun people that I've met trimming. Interesting people, interesting stories. You know, if there's something about being in a room with the same people for fucking 40, 50 hours a week, doing the same tedious fucking bullshit, and then like the weirdest stories happened, and you know, it is like a weird, wonderful fucking crazy life, and I do miss it. Like the good stuff definitely outweighs the craziness, but the craziness is just like on a different fucking level. Fucking wild. Like I'll never forget. A store owner was teaching a customer how to smoke out of a crack.
Yeah, that shit gets burned into your brain pretty easily, I'd say.
There was somebody who brought in a scale, and they were trying to figure out why it wasn't working, and when they popped the lid off of the scale, all this white powder just like puffed off of it. It was probably fucking crack or fentanyl or fucking some crazy shit.
That would not happen in Mass. For the most part, we have a cannabis control government agency that's supposed to take care of this, and they do pretty good job.
We have our own like Office of Cannabis Policy.
It sounds like Sharon's in that office at this point.
Yeah.
Fucking Sharon. Yeah, they definitely sound like somebody's getting paid over in that office. Dude, they're like the mafia over there, guy.
Yeah, the Chinese mob is a thing, guy.
Dude.
But yeah, I'll regale some other cannabis stories, but I do want to just say, like, all good things have to come to an end, and it was fun while it lasted, and I'm sure I'm sure the topic will come up again. You know, I'm actually been working on like a comic strip based off of some of my experiences in the cannabis industry. So maybe that.
Yes, you showed us those. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah, maybe some of those will see the light of day at some point. I've got a pretty big stack of just drawings and stuff that I did over the years. Anyway, fuck fish metal cannabis. That's all I want to say.
Do we got a bee fact?
Yeah. Bee fact. Hang on. Ancient civilizations believe that bees were created from carcasses of dead animals.
That's really specific. Okay.
Yep. I got one more bee fact. Ancient Egyptians believe bees came from the tears of the sun god Ra.
Oh, that's fucking metal as
That was an
hell.
awesome bee fact right there.
Dude, tears that sting you and fucking make sweet treats.
Yeah.
It's the fucking nectar of the gods.
Probably where that saying came from. Man. Nectar of the gods.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that adds up really well.
I think that came from pomegranates, but okay, we can say it's honey.
Yeah.
For this purposes, it's definitely the fucking.
It's the only thing. I mean, honey. They found canobic jars in Egypt over 3,000 years old, and the honey inside was still edible. Now that is a fucking good bee fact.
That's a good bee fact.
Oh, damn, that's a fucking gnarly bee fact.
John, you got any bee facts, man?
I don't have any bee facts. I'm sorry.
The homework was to bring the bee facts. You said you were gonna deep dive, watch all kinds of bee fucking related stuff.
I did, and you know what? Be cool. Shut the fuck up.
Buzz, motherfucker.